Hello, my tenacious Taurus. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided twin flame soulmate reading for the month of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And I now do the videos in order of whichever video gets the most likes from the previous set. So Taurus, you're third to last this month, and if you would like to have your next video sooner, please like. So for anyone new here, welcome. We are going to be using the Manara Erotic Tarot for the general energy into what's going on. We also take a look at the light aspect of things, which is the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on and what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow, and that's the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons and what might be hidden from us in the shadow that we try to bring to the light, not only to become aware of it, but so that we can heal it. Since I'm recording this in Cancer season, I'm going to be channeling the emotional root of what is happening in your twin flame soulmate journey. We just entered or exited the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, and we're in the shadow period, so we are now incorporating the lessons that we learned. We also have Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. Saturn moved back into Capricorn on June 30th. And we also have the Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So there's a lot going on. For more astrology and other good stuff, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I have that info in the description box below. So also for anyone needing to break any cycles, please check out my Eclipse messages and Solstice cycle breaking tarot, which I will link at the end of this video as well as put in the description box below, because as you know, to unite the twin flames, you have to break your cycles. That's how soul growth occurs. So Taurus, during the cleansing ceremony, in this deck, revenge popped up in reverse. So I feel like there is some sort of situation that happened where you have decided to not get revenge on someone, or if you've been suspicious that someone is getting revenge on you, that is not the case. We had the Nine of Fire pop out in the Manara deck, so that's a Sagittarius moon card, and it seemed like what it felt like was the divine feminine is no longer going towards the divine masculine based on impulsive emotions. And then in my clarifier deck, we had Kangaskhan using Mega Punch coming out. So I think something really hurt here. Something definitely really hurt. And Kangaskhan is a mother Pokemon, so we have heavy Cancerian energy. And someone could still be in their mama's pouch is what I'm getting. There could be some enmeshment with a mother figure here. But all right, Taurus, let's take a look. So we're going to look into your energy, your person's energy, and then the outcome at the emotional roots for July. So let's see what's at the emotional root of what is going on for Taurus. We have downcast pride. So you might really be, you know, putting your pride aside for some sort of situation. Your pride may have been brought into question, and you may need to be downcasting it at the moment. Let's see what's at the emotional root of what's going on with your person. What's at the emotional root? What's at the emotional root of the twin flame or soulmate for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? What is the twin flame soulmate? What's at their emotional root? Okay, that's way too many, but we have sacrifice. So I don't know if they've sacrificed something here. Let's see, what's at the emotional root of this person? Queen of the World, stuck. So they might be in a mentality of either thinking that they're queen, stuck in that mentality, or your person is stuck thinking that you are their queen. But somehow pride is getting in the way of this manifesting in some way. I feel like there's one more. What else is going on? Envious gluttony. So, okay. So there is some sort of, you know, jealousy, there's envy here. They might be envying you in some way, or some sort of, you know, gluttony is involved here, where they might be overindulging in some way. And it might be, you know, because they're stuck in this mentality that they're the queen of the world or king of the world, right? But it's really their divine feminine energy that's really stuck here, whether they're a masculine or a feminine, right? It's just energies. Let's see what the emotional root of the outcome is going to be for the month of July for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is at the emotional root of the outcome? That wanted to do a little dance. Alone in the world. Okay, so it looks like there is separation here. And, you know, I'm recording this on the 14th. Yeah, the 14th. So, you know, we only have 2 more weeks, but it doesn't look like there is going to be union in this connection for the month of July. And that's okay, right? Like sometimes separation is absolutely needed, and we're just looking at the emotional root of things. And I think that both of you, you know, you might be a little bit stuck in your pride, Taurus. I am recording this on when the moon's in Taurus as well, so I'm really picking up your guys' energy. There might be some issues of pride going on here where, you know, and, you know, they're thinking that, oh, they're the queen, and, you know, they're just gluttonous about what they want, and both of you very much are feeling alone without each other. Right? Because no one's truly alone in the world, and if you're feeling like that, it's only because you don't have your partner. Yeah, the Priestess in reverse. Yeah, again, the Divine Feminine energy here is off. Not saying that it's a female involved, but someone isn't being receptive. All right, let's see what is going on with this downcast pride for Taurus. All right, Taurus, so it looks like your Divine Feminine energy, I'm going to ask for more. Why is the Priestess in reverse? Because this can be, you know, I mean, it's a moon card, so this is definitely emotions. I feel like your emotions are off because, you know how I mentioned, yeah, the Ten of Earth, because you're discontent with being alone. You're really discontent with being alone now. You know, the Priestess upright, this is, you know, being in touch with the Divine Feminine and also doing some shadow work, right? Taking a look at the most vulnerable and, you know, darkest parts of yourself, so to speak. But because of that, because it's in reverse, there's something keeping you from doing that, right? Or it's possible that you've done your shadow work and you've done that, but someone else is just not receptive towards this. But I really feel, you know, it's really that emotions are kind of closed off. Yeah. And it's because you don't want to be alone anymore. The Ten of Earth, this is Virgo Mercury. So, you know, upright, this, like, look at her. She looks, you know, she's enjoying herself. She's wearing nice clothes, enjoying nice champagne, reading a good book, out in a nice cafe. She doesn't give a fuck about her environment, right? Or she doesn't give a fuck about anything. You know, she's enjoying herself. She has booty in her face, and she's like too into, you know, doing it all for herself, reading the book. So this is very much, you know, being independent and communicating, because it's Mercury, communicating that you want to be independent and that, you know, everything in the physical realm is hunky-dory, you know, when it comes to money, housing, anything tangible you can put your hands on. But because it's in reverse, I'm getting, it's like you are discontent with doing everything on your own, but you don't want to expose your emotions here. And it very much has to do with a sense of pride. What's the light aspect here? What's the light aspect here? What's the light aspect for Taurus? What's the light aspect? About why? Well, I'm sure you heard the honking. What's the light aspect? Okay, so we have Shiftry using Otherworldly Return, Evie using Tackle, and Rhyhorn using Dig Out. So this is some dark energy that is in the light. And Otherworldly Return, you know how I mentioned that there was a situation where you might be wanting revenge, or you think that someone was seeking revenge on you, but they really weren't. And we had that Kangaskhan Mega Punch, something really hurt. So someone came back. Otherworldly Return is indicative of, you know, somebody coming back. And this is dark energy, so it definitely brought some darkness into your world. Whether this has happened, it might happen later at the end of July. We'll have to see. But there was some sort of otherworldly return. It says, by flapping its leafy fan, it can whip gusts up to 100 feet per second that can level houses. So look at this guy. He looks like a mean, rude, crude dude, right? And it talks about, you know, whipping up gusts at 100 feet per hour that can level houses. So I feel like someone, you know, whenever it has to do wind related, I take it very much as communication. So I feel like someone came in and kind of stirred up a bunch of, you know, harmful communication that could have leveled houses. And this was like an otherworldly return. I feel like it was very shocking. But what it caused is something beautiful for you. We have Evie using tackle and Rhyhorn using dig out. So, you know, Evie, I very much get the fool type energy, you know, embarking on a new journey because, you know, Evie can evolve into many different evolutions, what we call them. And there's different ways to evolve. Like you can give it a thunderstone and it becomes electric. You can give it a water stone and it becomes a water type. It can just love you so much and it naturally evolves. And if it's during the day, it becomes a psychic type. If it's during the night, it becomes a dark type. You know, sometimes it has to be next to a special kind of, you know, rock that has a special moss on it and it will turn into a green type, so, or a grass type. So this has a lot of, like, you know, there are many different paths that you can go on. You know, there's a lot of genetic diversity within Eevee, so a lot of different places that you can go. It says, thanks to the unstable genetic makeup, this special Pokemon conceals many different possible evolutions. Yeah, exactly what I said. I feel like whatever this otherworldly return is, you're really at this, you know, point in your life where you are able to transform yourself into anything that you want to be in regards to this relationship. I think that you're really recognizing this, and it's because of this person's return, even though it brought some dark energy, that you really have this ability to do multiple things. And then we have Rhyhorn using dig out. So this is a fighting type, and I really feel, you know, that you kind of went in, right? You're downcasting your pride, and I feel like you kind of went inward and started, you know, feeling bad about yourself, and kind of dug yourself in this hole for a while, and now you're really fighting yourself to dig out. You're digging out of that hole. You know, Rhyhorn I very much take as Taurus, and this is like the charging bull, right? So it looks like you've kind of been in some stagnancy or some stagnation, and you've decided, like, all right, now I'm seeing red and I'm digging myself out of this hole, and I know that I have the potential to evolve into whatever I want to. It says, strong but not too bright, this Pokemon can shatter even skyscrapers with its charging tackle. Well, we know you're strong, and Taurus, you are bright as well. But the thing is like, that can be a Taurus thing, is sometimes you aren't too bright when you start charging at something, right? You know, when the bull sees red, it doesn't think clearly, right? It just keeps going towards its target. That's why Taurus, you know, gets the reputation for being lazy, right? It's like, no, I'm not going to expend my energy until I'm ready to go towards the fucking target. And then I'm giving it my all, and I can, you know, level a skyscraper. This talks about leveling houses, and this talks about leveling skyscrapers. So definitely huge changes have been happening. And, like, you know that you can charge and level a skyscraper, right? And I feel like you're digging yourself out, and you know that it's not bright to just charge at anything, right? And that might be the revenge thing. You might have wanted revenge on them and chose not to, and that's you kind of calming that fighting energy and asking yourself, like, all right, what do I really want to evolve to? Let me figure out, you know, the red that I want to go towards and charge at it. And you definitely don't want to be charging at any red flags. But you do want to go forward because you are discontent with being alone. Like, yeah, you might, you know, enjoy your solitude of eating good food and drinking good drink and, you know, maybe smoking good smoke and reading good read and, you know, all that, you know, enjoying your environment alone. Taurus does like that, but you've gotten to a point where you're like, I don't want to be alone anymore. But for some reason, you don't want to express your emotions, and it might be because you just haven't decided yet, right? You're digging yourself out of whatever this otherworldly darkness that came back to you, and you know, you're not ready to expose yourself yet until you figure out exactly what evolution path you want to go on, is what I'm hearing. What's the shadow here? What's the shadow here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What's the shadow here? Whoop. We have Tranquil in reverse and P-Dove. So yeah, we have, again, it's evolution. P-Dove evolves into Tranquil. So we do have this evolution line. And so, yeah, I think, yeah, duh. I mean, obviously in the shadow, you know, and this is the unseen realm, so you might not be noticing, but evolution is already taking place on a spiritual level. The way that you physically move forward, I feel like you're kind of still in that questioning mode of, you know, what do I want to be? Where do I want to go? But, you know, in the spiritual realm, you very much are already starting to evolve. But we have Tranquil using fly in reverse. So I feel like, again, this is heavy bird type, and bird is air with communication. So I feel like that if you do have communication with this person in July, it's very much in the astral realm, right? In the unseen realm, or maybe telepathic communication. But Tranquil using fly in reverse, I feel like there could have been an opportunity for you to travel somewhere and you no longer are going to fly there. And, you know, Tranquil is finding tranquility in communication. So I feel like you're trying to find that tranquility inside of your, you know, your own third eye, your own shadow realm. But it's becoming a little bit difficult because we have P-Dove using gust. So again, it's that like, that kind of gusty air energy that's really, you know, causing a stir inside of your shadow energy. Tranquil says, no matter where in the world it goes, it knows where its nest is, so it never gets separated from its trainer. Yeah, so I feel like, again, there has been separation, but you know where your nest is, right? You know where it feels like home. And I feel like it's probably with this person. And then we have P-Dove using gust. And it says, these Pokemon live in cities. They are accustomed to people. Flocks often gather in parks and plazas. So you might be getting out a little bit more. You know, you might be going to parks or plazas or socializing a little bit more. And like I said, you're discontent with being alone. So it talks about, you know, being around people. So you might just be, you know, hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. Of course, you know, social distance and wear proper PPE. But it does look like you're getting out a little bit more. But flying is not something that you're doing in this month. All right, let's see for your person. What's going on with them? With their Queen of the World coming out stuck? Oh, Queen of My World. Queen of My World and Envious Gluttony. Let's see what's going on with this person. We have Death. This is Scorpio. So they're going through some sort of transformation as well. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. But I feel like they've kind of put an end to this situation. And I feel like it's kind of, it might be you, you know, that this is the queen or king of your world, right? Because it says Queen of My World. And there is some sort of envious gluttony. So you might want them. You might really want them, but they have put an end to this for some reason. I'm going to ask for one more. Tell us more about this Death card. Please clarify. Why is Death coming out? Eight of Earth. This is Virgo Sun card, so could also be dealing with a Virgo. So they've put an end to this because there's some sort of manipulation going on. And it's possible that, you know, they were playing you and they put an end to this. Because they didn't want to. I don't know. I'm really getting that there's some sort of, you know, there's some sort of manipulation that has been going on. It's hard to feel who's doing it to who, because I feel like you kind of both do it to each other in a way. You know how to play each other. It's interesting because Scorpio also got this card, and the title is like, they can play you like a fiddle. And that's what I get from this card is, you know, this is a very specific sequence, right? Like we all did recorders in music class or whatever, but, you know, this is like snake charming, but instead of charming the snake, this is charming the film wheel of trying to get how the future is going to go. So you know, and it's very specific, right? You have to blow a certain like way with a certain amount of pressure and put your fingers on the holes in the right way, right? In order for it to become a beautiful song, in order to charm it. So I feel like, you know, in the past, this person has been very specific of trying to really push the way that the future is going to go, is how I'm feeling. And they might have just wanted you, right? Gluttony. They just were very gluttonous of trying to get exactly what they want. And really trying to control the way that the future is going, right? And this is Virgo Sun, and it's very much, you know, and this is, you have Virgo Mercury in reverse, so you might have not wanted to talk about something, and they were just like, but I'm going to manipulate you into talking. But I feel like they've been, because it's Earth, it has to do with how things physically are going to move forward, right? And I feel like they have been trying to physically manipulate the way that the future is going to go, but they have really put an end to this and decided, like, no, I'm not going to try to control the future anymore. And that, of course, would put you in a state of like, okay, well, now I don't want to express my emotions to you, but you do now have this opportunity to take many paths in regards to this, because they have finally stopped, you know, trying to control what's going to happen here. What's the light aspect of this person? What's the, oh, there's this that wasn't there. Wow, the punishment in reverse. So this is not some sort of punishment. You need to know that. And if, you know, we had revenge come out in reverse, that accidentally got left over there when I was shuffling the deck. But, you know, we had revenge in reverse. So if you feel like they're trying to punish you or they're trying to get revenge on you, I'm really getting that it's not that way. All right, what's the light aspect here? All right, so, yeah, going right to you. So, trainer always indicates the other person. So because it's in their energy, this is what they're thinking about you right now, and you might know this. So trainer Pokey Kid in reverse. So they think that either you don't have a child, or there could have been some sort of conversation about having kids that did not go well. Or there's some sort of wonky situation where a child is involved, perhaps, you know, due to some sort of injustice, or there's like a child in the middle of this. They know that there's a child involved on your side. And then, or they think that they do, right? And then trainer using stealthy hood, they also think that you are veiling yourself, that you're hiding from them. So, you know, I mean, and we see that you're really keeping your emotions to yourself because you haven't decided which path you want to go on. You're still digging yourself out of this hole, this dark hole, right? That this otherworldly return kind of puts you in. And you are still kind of at that fool stage of deciding, okay, I know I'm going to go on a journey, but I'm just not sure which path I'm going to go, because once I go, you know, there's no stopping me. So, yeah, they definitely know that you're hiding yourself. And might be hiding a situation, perhaps about a child or something. Let's see, what's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? It could be maybe that they think you're not in touch with your inner child, but for a lot of you, I'm getting that an actual child is involved. What's the shadow here with this person? Yeah, their solar plexus energy. Again, all their energy is going towards you. So even though they have ended this situation, right, the death card doesn't actually mean ending, right? Scorpio teaches us that, you know, death equals rebirth. Even when things end, there is always going to be a new beginning. That's the Scorpionic lesson. So just know that they do want a new beginning with you, but just, you know, who knows when. We'll take a look at the extended deeper into what they're thinking. But in the shadow, their solar plexus is coming after you. So, you know, the solar plexus is all about Leo in the 5th house, right? It controls your sense of self, of, you know, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. You know, it's what makes you, you. It determines your personality. Yeah, alone in the world. you know, and their solar plexus energy in the chakra is very much entangled with you. They might, you know, define their sense of self very much in relation to you. And maybe that's why they felt like they needed to take a step back and be alone in the world, right? This disconnect feels very much necessary, you know, for them, so that they stop trying to manipulate the way that the future is going to go. And so that they can really regain their own sense of self that isn't defined by their relationship with you. Let's see. So at the emotional root of the outcome for July, we have alone in the world. So we know that there is separation. What else can you tell us about the alone in the world? The Knave of Fire in reverse. So it doesn't look like there's sexual exploration here. Like there's not a, you know, separation so that someone can go around and open multiple new sexual doors. What else here? Can we get more information on the Knave of Fire? Also, there, like, yeah, that it's just like nobody's opening a new door here. I feel very much that they are kind of in a contemplative mode. You are, you know, yeah, and that's why, because of the Knave of Water. So there's some unevolved energy here, right? Two knaves. So there's some maturing that needs to do. But I was saying, like, you have some to figure out what path you want to go on, and they need to, you know, remember who they are, not in relation to you. And there isn't going to be any sort of sexual exploration here or opening new doors when it comes to, you know, passion or intensity, at least compared to you, because, you know, they feel very much held emotionally hostage in this. This is the card of, you know, taking someone emotionally hostage with the Knave of Water. And I feel like you also kind of feel that way, right? And the reason why you guys feel alone in the world and why there's this separation is that, like, neither of you feel that you can get involved with someone else because you're still emotionally hostage to each other, because you both love each other. You both love each other. What's the light aspect here? It's the light aspect of the outcome for July. We have Drifloon, transfer pain in reverse. So I think that a lot of the psychic pain that has been going on is going to stop transferring. So, you know, you might have been transferring psychic pain to them. They might have been transferring psychic pain to you. This is very much, you know, third eye psychic energy. And yeah, there could have been a transfer of pain, but this is really coming to an end in July. It says, these Pokemon are called the signposts for wandering spirits. Children holding them sometimes vanish. Yeah, this Pokemon, it's pretty dark, actually. Like, it'll go by, you know, like kids that don't have a parent around, and it acts like a balloon, and if the kid grabs it thinking it's a balloon, it just steals the child. So that's pretty dark. But again, they really feel like there's some sort of child situation here. So I feel like they could feel that, you know, whatever the child situation is, that they don't want to transfer any more pain in regards to that, as well as, you know, it could be that someone's child perhaps has disappeared here, or someone lost a child. And I'm sorry to hear that if that's the case. It could also be, you know, that, you know, because trainer means the other person and it went right to you, that they, you know, they think maybe your inner child was stolen away from you or something like that. But they don't have, it doesn't feel like they have a child here. All right, what's the shadow? Going right to you, Lilligant using Leaf Slice. So this is about the heart chakra and using Leaf Slice. So Leaf Slice is very much cutting the heart, right? And it's going right to, you know, the evolution, the gust. So I feel like some sort of, you know, conversation here, whatever whatever, you know how they cause that hurricane, right? That can level houses. That gust is still in your shadow. And I think the pain is going to stop transferring because this has really been, you know, leaf slicing your heart chakra. It really has. And it's time to stop transferring that pain. It says, even veteran trainers face a challenge in getting its beautiful flower to bloom. This Pokemon is popular with celebrities. So we do have the aspect of getting flowers to bloom. So I think that, you know, this flower hasn't come to full bloom yet, you know, but, you know, even veteran trainers have a challenge getting that to bloom. So just know that this is going to take time. And in July, we do see Alone in the World. But, you know, it says that this Pokemon is also popular with celebrities. And we do have, you know, the stealing kids here. So, I mean, I'm just going to say that energy is coming out. So it might be that, you know, maybe you're delving into that sort of energy, investigating it, or your other person is as well. And perhaps that's why, you know, your energies are kind of separated because you're kind of thinking bigger picture on helping what's happening in the world, especially because we do have, you know, experimentation and taking hostage here as well. So I feel like you could really be kind of going down the rabbit hole, perhaps. What does Taurus need to hear about love? We will take a deeper look, Taurus, into your emotional root and, you know, some guidance into, you know, how to make the best decision on your multiple lines of evolution that you can go into. We'll look deeper into their emotional root and figure out, you know, what is going on in their world and, you know, why they decided to put an end to this. And then we will also ask Spirit for guidance, how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline here. So what does Taurus need to hear about love right now? Love is like a storm. It is fresh and cleansing. It is natural and essential. It is powerful and fulfilling, and nothing can get in its way. Yeah, I feel like, one, the storm came to you, right? And then they decided, all right, I'm out. And now, you know, now it's up to you if you want to return that love, right? It's fresh and cleansing. It's natural and essential. It's powerful and fulfilling, and nothing can get in its way. Very much like this Rhyhorn Taurus card that came out. That's very much like when you start charging, nothing can get in the way. So, you know, you're really trying to figure out which path you want to go on in love, and you know that nothing is going to get in your way once you make your decision. All right, Taurus, if you're interested in looking deeper into the emotional roots of what's going on and also how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline here, please click on the link in the description box below and follow me to the extended. For the rest of you, again, please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.